It's Steve of Real Progressives. I'm going to finish off tonight with a little quick story about something that has been nagging me for some time, and I thought would be an interesting point to a lot of the things that I've said over the days and weeks. For me, one of the most important lessons that I've learned is the meaning of not me, us. When you're trying to do everything on your own, when you think you're an army of one, it gets very, very tedious trying to lift everything all by yourself. You feel like every negative comment is about you. You feel like every positive comment is about you. You take everything completely personally. And I remember going back to the DNC, Real Progressives. I think we were about 30,000 strong at the time. We had never really done any of that stuff before. We were just coming into our own. And, I take it back. I think I was about 35,000 followers on the page at the time. And, I had been live streaming every day since I think April time frame, something like that. And, a lot of people had known who I was. But it wasn't like I was widespread. It wasn't like Real Progressives had really gotten on the map. Everybody had been used to like Bernie Sanders activists, Bernie believers, Bernie Sanders is my hero, things like that. You had Debbie the Sane Progressive doing her thing. And of course you had Tim Black, and you had Black Men for Bernie and Bruce Carter. And you had these other people that had already kind of made a name for themselves doing what they do. And so when the time came, you had Revolt Against Plutocracy with Victor and Yane and that gang. And I was like, daggone, man, Real Progressives aren't even getting any love here. Nobody even knows who we are. We're not out there with the people, we're not there. And, for about 38 seconds, I fussed about it inside. I got a little heartbroken for a minute. I was like, damn, man, they don't recognize what we're trying to do here because we don't have Bernie in our name or whatever. I was coming up with a million reasons why, somehow or another, this thing wasn't happening for us. We weren't feeling it. And then I realized that the reason why we named it Real Progressives instead of Steve's Progressives was because it didn't make a shit's bit of difference what kind of recognition we got. I wasn't looking for that anyway. It was just people putting thoughts in my head about, hey, how come you're not there? Or, hey, how come this? Or, hey, how come that? And I started realizing it was like, man, those visions, that's not what we're in this for, man. Stop filling my head with noise. I don't play drama. I don't. And so why would I go into this drama mode? Why would I allow, anybody's perception of anything to impact me one iota? So, here we are now. It was really, really nice to have the team from, What's Next documentary come out. They've interviewed about 130 people already. And it was nice to be on the tail end of that. And I kept thinking to myself, you know what? I'd rather be last in a race and have raced than to have been first, but really not really fight the race the right way, And, I feel like we're building something really special here. But it was never about me, and it never will be about me. That's the most beautiful thing about this. If I walk away, Real Progressives itself would still keep functioning. If Jackie walked away, Real Progressives would still function. If Kendall walked away, if any of us walked away, Real Progressives would still be here. And that's what I'm happy about. It's not about me. It never has been about me, and I don't ever want it to be about me. I don't get butt hurt. I don't have my feels hurt. And what I love about this team is that behind the scenes, while I'm, with my family or doing something else, they are slaving. I want to get all their pictures, all the people that work on the back end of Real Progressives, and I want to get their bios up. I want to get pictures up for you guys to see all the people that do all the hard work behind the scenes. It's such a big team that it doesn't make any difference at all. And this goes back to a lot of the things that I've said over and over again about doing this kind of work, doing this kind of stuff. The day that it becomes about you is the day you need to stop doing it. The day that it becomes about you, you need to stop doing it, because you're going to lead people astray. You're going to lead people astray when it becomes about you. And, I have seen, my friends, and I've seen other people, that have a different opinion about what should happen with different things. You should cover this, you should talk to this person, you should do that. And the reality is, at the end of the day, you just do the best you can. And that's it. Nothing more. You can't do more than your best. And you got to hope and pray that you're touching the people where they're at. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't frickin' work out. And that's okay. That's okay. It's 100% okay. If you don't try, well, you'll never know if you were ever going to succeed, right? So that's the bottom line, folks. If you don't step up to the plate, you'll never know if you could have hit a home run. You'll never know if you could have done anything substantive. You'll never know if you could have changed the world if you don't at least step up to the plate and give it a try. It's not about you. If it is, you're in the wrong business. It's got to be about the issues. It's got to be about the issues. It's got to be about making good choices. It's got to be about integrity and honor. It's got to be that, or it's not worth doing. For real. The minute that I start straying, I'm gone. I'll quit. I'll be done. There's no point whatsoever in doing any of this if it's not done with integrity, if it's not done with the movement in mind. So today was a great day for me. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But the good news is that we talked progress. We got to see a lot of progressive things. The bad news is that out there in the Dakotas, there's all kinds of crazy shit going on with the pipeline. That's real. That's real. And so for the people out there struggling, the people that are out there trekking out to the pipeline right now to help out, guys, you're doing God's work. You're doing heroes' work. That's what heroes do. And many of you, your faces will never make it to a camera. And I want you to know that I love and respect every last one of you for the work that you're doing that I cannot do. I cannot do that. You're doing something heroic. And I think that is fantastic. For those people working in the inner city that are putting their lives at risk in hardcore areas where they're taking their life in their own hands, speaking truth to power. For those people that are doing things that you don't understand, for those people, you're heroes. Keep up the good work. I can't do that. I'll try when I can, but you guys are heroes. When you're helping the poor and you're actually in the street and you're living out there and you're helping them, you're doing God's work. Thank you so much for those of us who can't do that with you. It's not about us. It's about helping people. It's about educating people. It's about making change in this world. It's not about us. And if your ego slips in, you're done. There's no point in it. Stop. You're in the wrong business. Move on. Go down the road. Do something different. Do not let your ego get the better of you. And let me tell you something. Every time I do one of these live streams, if I don't mention you or if I do mention you, whatever, I'm thinking about you. Because I don't script any of my live streams. Every last one of them is free form. So if I forget a name or if I forget something, trust me when I say this, it's not a sign of disrespect. It's just me doing the best I can. And sometimes I'm not going to hit a home run. Sometimes I'm going to miss the mark. And it's no slight on you. And I hope to goodness you cut me some slack, because I do this every single day of the week. Sometimes, like today, 4 times. I'm not going to hit a home run every time. But I try to speak truth every single time I come on. So, for what it's worth, if I've ever, in any way, shape, or form, ever slighted someone that didn't deserve to be slighted, I call people out by name. When I mean to call you out, I call you out. When I mean to take you down, I take you down. Not because I'm angry, not because I'm evil, not because I'm mean, but because I'm trying to represent what a real progressive is. However, if by some chance you're one of the heroes of the movement, and for some reason I don't mention you by name, trust me when I say this, I meant no disrespect. I meant absolutely no disrespect. And if you think about all the heroes of this movement, I could be on here for hours rattling off names. Some of these people you've never seen before. And you know what? Every one of them's a hero. Every one of them. We don't need heroes, though. We need people pushing the movement forward. And so, if, like I said, if at some point in time this stops being useful and I stop telling the truth and I start saying stuff that just doesn't make any sense, that'll be the day I quit this thing. I promise you, it won't take me long. If I'm not feeling it, it's done. So, with that, for all the people that were at the march, every single one of them, thank you all for putting yourself out on the line. Thank you all for showing up. And, you know, there's one thing I want to address head on. I had no part in this whatsoever. I don't know either one of them. But there was an incident between Billy Taylor and Bruce Carter of Black Men for Bernie. Now, I don't know the history. I don't know anything. Quite frankly, I don't want to know. I met both of them. Both of them treated me with respect. Simple. I have no beef with either one of them. I've never, ever had a problem with either one of them. I met both of them the same day of the march. First time I met both of them. Very first time. But they both had a little bit of a problem, and we had it on film, and there were people that had questions about that. And I'm here to tell you, I never met either one of them until that day. In fact, that morning, I met Billy Taylor in his truck, sitting there on Constitution Avenue, with Bernie bumper stickers and Bernie signs all over the place. He was sound asleep in the front seat with his girlfriend. Knocked on the window and said, "Hey, is it safe for me to park here?" And he was like, "Oh man, hadn't slept." He's like, "I think it's all right. I'm going to rough it anyway." And I said, "I'm Steve." He goes, "Yeah, Steve from Real Progressives. I know you." And I said, "You're Billy from Philly." He says, "Yeah, hi, how are you?" And that was it. Then I went up, did my thing. And then I got to meet Bruce Carter for the first time, face to face. I said, "Hi, Bruce, how you doing? It's Steve." Very nice. Got to hang out with them. I hung out with everybody. It was a great time. So whatever problems anybody else has with each other, trust me when I say this, leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. I don't want any parts of it. I'm just happy to be a part of the progressive community. I don't do drama. I won't abide drama. I won't play into drama. Leave it elsewhere. I'm just friends to all until you cross me. And then if you cross me, it's not like there's going to be some big thing. I just won't talk to you anymore. There's no big drama. I don't do drama. I only do progress. That's it. Full stop. So with that, I want to thank each and every single person that has been a part of Real Progressives, that has bumped into me, that has worked in this movement, whether I've ever met you or not. I don't care whether I've met you or not. I don't care if you all have problems with each other. If you have helped push the movement forward, thank you from me, because you've done work I couldn't do. So I appreciate each and every one of you, every single one of you. And with that, I'm signing off. Have a great night, everybody. I'm going to go enjoy my family for a little while. Have a good one.